What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Garen the Big B bringing you a replay of a ladder game I played today. It is going to be a TvP, and yeah, this is a TvP. I was trying to remember if it was the random player reverse, but it is not. Now that I remember, we are going to do a build that I have been practicing. It is going to be a 1 racks into 3 racks with a 10-minute push, which I end up not doing. I just do a, because of what happens here later on, you will see. But usually with the 1 racks expand into 3 racks FE, you know, you're hoping to be at 100 supply by 10 minutes and push out and contain or do some significant damage or even win the game with it. I do eBay block, and this is very annoying and delays for a long time. Tries to get a problem and see what I'm doing. I'm not gonna let that happen. Get some mothership core out, doing all that stuff, so down here before I forget. Now with the 1 racks FE, you want to get your gases at 430, and then once you get enough gas for your tech lab, put that down right away. Once that's finished, you should have enough gas for stim. Start it right away and just keep making SCVs and units, and next 100 gas, it's your factory and all that jazz. I'll probably make a video on that build, so yeah. So at this point, it's just like, alright, he's probably gonna all in because that delayed him significantly. So I scan here eventually, but right now I'm just, preparing and getting all my stuff up. I have no idea he has this for the longest time, but so technically it's not all in, but again, he's not really probing that much. And we do see a Twilight Council. Will it be DTs? No, it is gonna be a blink. So I believe I scan here right when these finish. I was like, okay, DTs maybe. And I was like, oh wait, no, that's being chrono boosted, so it's gonna be a blink stalker. So instead of getting a starport right after this, I get a tech lab and get some tanks out, because tanks are really good versus blink stalkers. Excuse me, blink stalker all in. And he has his Nexus finish, and he's not even doing anything with it, like not even gonna send 2 probes or anything towards it, to even it out. So we go here on this part. Throwing up some extra bunkers, so I'm ready. Getting our eBay up and ready to go. Starting tanks and marauders because of the blink stalkers. Usually you just get a lot of marines and more marauders near the end. Stop making SCVs, which is pretty bad on my part. I should be making SCVs constantly because obviously, like, having this many bunkers, I don't even really need tanks, but I mean, the 3 bunkers is fine. I don't even need these 2, but just for safety precautions. Do you see he's checking my 3rd? I did scan here to see when if he did take it and fake me out, but he did not. Throwing down more gateways. See his stalkers, more stalkers. Finally starting to put this to use, not that much though. So at this point, I still have no idea that he has this, and it does look like it's going to be an all-in, but because he notices I have tanks here in a bit, that he's not going to be able to do anything. And this map isn't that good for blink stalkers because you can't utilize the high ground, so yeah, but again, he does have this base. See him moving here. Stalker's moving. Yeah, I wasn't really sure if you could blink up over here because I saw his units going up here. So I just brought some units over there just in case. Again, like, it's getting to see where his army is. Again, I have this perfectly fine and contained. Still making tanks, getting that. +1 upgrades is coming. Making SCVs should be an ideal thing to do. Finally does take this base, getting Templar archives. Nothing out of the ordinary for me right now. Just getting standard stuff to stop this blink all in. That's not happening right now. So yeah, it's getting Zealot charge and double forage. Storm's coming. It's the only thing you can actually research in that. That's weird. Do a push out here, and I don't think this is wise for him. I would have just blinked away because now he has no army. Like, literally, this is no army. But he is going to warp in a bunch of Hard Templar and make them into Archons. And Zealot Archon is really good to bust the tank line, but I only have 2. I make 1 more. Getting my 3rd down. That tank is a hero and kills that probe. Keep pushing. At this point, I don't even know he has his base. Like, I have no idea. And at some point here, I do see he has a gas there at some point in some way or somehow. I don't remember how I do see it, but I do. Oh yeah, the medevac see this. Now this is bad to me. It does get 1, so I can't really heal that much. Getting this contain, I do see he has this finally, but I don't really react to it by the time these guys get here. When I go up here, you'll see me target the pylon, so he can't warp anything up in there. Getting his upgrades, Chronobros is pretty good, so he's catching up slowly. Also, it's my fault that I did not get a second eBay and an armory up sooner. More upgrade, more production, Ghost Academy for those High Templar and Archons. I was not paying attention to this, so I lose quite a bit here. I don't know why I scanned. I think maybe I thought there was some Dark Templar. Do a drop here. I try to get this Nexus, but I don't think I will. We shall see. Results are coming in. It's going to be close. Not focusing it. Oh, why am I not focusing it? Oh, this is so bad by me. It's not going to go down. There's no way. Do save the medevacs. Could have saved him, but no. It was so freaking close, though. Regrouping, because that was just a bad engagement, but I still am so far ahead. I mean, this base he wasn't even utilizing for the longest time. Speed up here, because it's just going to be me and him just remaking stuff. There's a few proxy pylons. I could go take them out. Plan to. I don't know about this one, though, obviously. Oddly enough, while I was pushed, if I was him, I would have warped in like 3 zealots. 4 maybe, and just would have went like at it, because I didn't have any units. I had a tank. That's it. And a tank versus 4 zealots? Nah, no chance. Even, like, especially with charge, there's no chance. So he could have done some damage and maybe even pull back, so he wouldn't have to sacrifice units. But now I'm getting my ghosts, and I actually did upgrade. I did actually get a nuke because I have like the biggest issue because, you know, M and N are so close together on your keyboard that whenever I go to make Mobius reactor, I accidentally hit N, and it makes me the nuke. And usually I catch it, but that time I didn't. So I have a nuke that I'm never gonna use. Sadly, I know you guys like nukes. Everybody does. Making some more Archons. I would actually save these, like save all the pre-made High Templar, and then just warp in a bunch and just make those into Archons. Because right now it's just like, yeah. I do a double drop here, and I do target that. I do lose those both, but he wastes energy, and I do make him make these the 2 full, almost full energy Archon into an Archon. Yeah, 2 full High Templar into an Archon. So at this point, he feels all in, which I don't blame him, because like his main's mined out, his natural is oversaturated, his third just went down, so he's gonna push with 2-2 because Chrono is pretty friggin' OP. I mean, I do have 1-2. Somehow I ended up getting armor faster than my weapons, so. But Chrono's really useful. He does take a fourth behind this. I don't notice this for a while, and then I EMP his entire army. Well, those were a lot of unnecessary EMPs, but I do EMP most of his zealots, and all the Archons were half shields pretty much, so it's pretty good. Pushing him back. Now, I thought he was going to have a bunch of High Templar up here, so I used my medevac to scout ahead. Because that's what a lot of Protoss players might do, is that they'll go up a hill, and as you're just like blind like, oh, he's got nothing, you could have like 3 High Templar there, storm, 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 and your army is going to get fried. And then that would pretty much just cost me the game right there. So it's always good to just scout ahead with a medevac. Even though I really didn't there, I mean, my army was still going up the ramp by the time a medevac would see anything, so just always make sure to look out for that. Do scan to see where his army's at. I don't see it, which is kind of odd. I do see all the probes transferring, so his fourth is back up. Makes a bunch more High Templar. I'm not sure why he's not making them into Archons. But I do scan up here. See where that's his army at. It's like, alright, he's protecting his third. I'll just walk on by, you know, and go straight to his natural and get a nice little arc here. Because again, you can't really storm that well if you're going up a ramp, and I'll EMP you before you could even get a storm. Then he's like, oh crap, I can't protect this. I do a horrible job even making like a line, but I do EMP them. He does have 1 storm, but he uses it to feed back. What? This game. Calls it GG. Good game. Okay, so for things that he could have done better, I mean, a lot of things I could have done better was stay up on my upgrades, you know, get the second eBay and armory up. Keep producing SCVs. It's got to be my biggest challenge right now, is not making SCVs. Like, even right now, like, I should be at 70 SCVs, but I'm not producing them constantly. Upgrades are bad. I mean, they weren't terrible, but like, I mean, his 3-3 is going to finish before mine because of Chrono Boost, but I need more production. Yeah, there's mainly SCVs and upgrades and timings and all that, and what he could have done better at the start here, you know, he didn't overmade stalkers, because, you know, it's like, alright, he's pretty well defended. I'm not going to even try. I'm just going to make him scared and keep making him produce units more than SCVs, which I should have been making both at the same time. But what he shouldn't have done is sat there and, like, okay, you sniped a few tanks, but you lost your army. And he could have, like, you know, sniped a tank and blinked away, and he would have been a lot easier to defend than rather than almost losing this Nexus, because he had to wait and get a bunch of Zealots and Archons up here. Now, maybe have, instead of having like a bunch of cannons, like get a couple of cannons, like put them right here and here, and leave a few High Templars back for drops, because then they'll just feed attack, and most of the time the medevac will die instantly because it's full of energy. Make more Archons, I guess. He didn't really have that many. He could have just had like all these guys would just get those full energy, and all the new ones you just make Archons and Archons, because he has so much gas. Well, he did. Now he has more money than gas, but he played it out very well after he faked his all-in. I'm not sure if it was an all-in because he did have this, but he wasn't even using it. What he could have done was, you know, transferred some proms over here to get more income and all that jazz. Any other than that, I don't think there's any much more to say about this game. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Don't know when, but sometime throughout the day. You can come